You're watching Whiskey Dents. We're working on the Lodestar. Let's get after it. Welcome. Sneak peek time. Bumper secured. Got a little black paint back there. Tell me that's not looking good. Stay tuned. We're going to do a giveaway. We're giving away a Arc Captain helmet. Comment. Well, you just have to watch a little bit. And I'll tell you what to comment. Today's episode, we're going to be straightening out this bumper just a little bit more. I think I'm going to have to run it over on that side. We're going to put some tape on all this stuff that still needs to be welded. And being it's sitting outside, it's got a little bit of surface rust for all. Probably scuff it up. I get some primer on there and make it look black. You want to know why? Because it'll make a better thumbnail. And why not? As you can see, it is pretty chilly here today. I'm probably going to find a window scraper, scrape them windows off quick. We'll get it running, warmed up, and then we'll throw that bumper in the dirt and see if we can't run it over, and then we'll get the hammer and dolly. I'm also going to weld these holes shut so it gives it a nice clean look, and then we'll weld a mounting bracket to the back of it. We still got to get that old bumper off of there, but I figured we'd start on this, and then once I get some paint and all that's cleaned up and whatever else, then we'll take this bumper off, and hopefully it's dry, and we'll put it on. Life hack for you. If you don't have a scraper for your window, if you live south, congratulations, you don't have to do this stuff. But around here, watch this. Easy. Now when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you do just enough so you can kind of see. Don't ever do the whole window. You gotta live life a little dangerous. Everybody likes to live dangerously. Dead battery again. I don't know if there's a slow draw or what, but you don't ever want to tighten these. Just keep pushing them down hard so that when you hit a bump, then your truck won't start again in public, because it's super embarrassing and I'm lazy. I don't know if you guys tuned in last week, but whatever that is, Liv Moser sent me this jump box, and I've already used it about 6 times, and I absolutely love it. I'll leave a link in the description. I get like 15% out of every one that you guys buy. So if you'd like to support the channel, that would be great. Super easy. This one's got 2 reds, but it clearly says on the battery what the positive and negative is. Super easy. Once you got it hooked up right, green light comes on. Good to go. I also have a buy me a coffee thing. I'll leave a link in the description, just like everything else. Basically, if you want to support the channel, it's like $5 for 1 coffee, or you can buy 100. That'd be nice. All right, let's see if this old beer will start. Clutch or neutral, choker, couple of pumps. Come on, baby. Live action. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Just kidding. Everybody does it. Hack. You want to make sure you rev the piss out of these right after you start them. Really get the oil flowing. Let's throw this on the ground in a random spot and see if we can't run it over. That should work perfectly. Being that my dent is about right there where all that stuff is, that's about how far I'm going to drive on. I'll probably stop right there and then I'll back up. Make sure you're lined up. If I need you, let me know. Let me know when I'm good. Can see it or not, but there's still a dent like right there. Just gonna whack it with a hammer. It's not quite straight across right there. That's the bottom though. I ain't too worried about it, but I'll hit that with a hammer too. Why? Because it's fun. And there's one little spot right there. Sorry about the crappy camera work right there. And then we'll grind all these holes up and whatever and get some pieces cut. Pay no attention to that. So I got some really nice LED lights. They're Ember, got the pigtails, got the grommets. The plan is somewhere on here, we're gonna stick one of these lights. I don't know, probably lower. Reason being is when I weld this up, I'm gonna pull this off and weld that hole shut. I'm gonna get rid of those. I'm taking those out. Let's smooth those out as well. And then the only marker slash blinker will be in the bottom of the pump. I'll have a whole gaggle of these things, you know, these little tiny lights. Hopefully I didn't break any. Figured I'd run those across the bottom. So when the marker lights are on, everything's lit up. Make it look like a real truck. The other thing that I want to do is I'm going to put these lights in here too. I haven't decided if I'm going to go side by side or up and down like that. I'm going to let you guys decide. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Option A. Option B. I don't know what else we can do. Put it here and put it on here. I don't know. Put them at an angle. Just use one. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think? I got one more thing to talk about. Fine folks over at Art Captain sent me a welder and 3 helmets. The auto darkening helmets. One of you guys are gonna win one of these. We're gonna start doing a monthly giveaway. I'll take them out of the box at the end of the video so you guys can kind of get a look at them, but they also send you some pretty sweet stickers. And these things come ready to go. They got batteries in them. They're awesome. So, I haven't opened up this welder yet, but we might as well. All right, so I haven't opened this box. I haven't looked at nothing, and it looks like it is a box inside of a box. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Let me finish getting this cut open. Be right back. We'll show you one more hack. You know when it says on the box, do not open with a knife. But how else are you gonna get it open? What you do, this is obviously not a knife, but you take your thumb and you'll just barely cover to the edge of the blade. So there's only a tiny bit sticking through. And then you'll just rip down it like that. So then you're literally just cutting the plaque. Words are tough. Hey, go check out Mug Customs. Awesome guy, cool business. Starters, this thing is really packed in there nice. This is the 110 adapter. Sweet. Or you can plug it into 220 or 240 or whatever they're calling it nowadays. Let me get this out of there. Oh, oh, oh. Ow. There it is. Very nice packaging. They sent me this absolutely free because they're awesome. It's a Migger, Tigger. You can use flux core or regular gas wire. I don't have wire. I gotta check the rest of the box. If I got the stuff to do it, I'll hook it up and do some welding with this, but we may have to use our other welder. Till the next episode. Really lightweight too. All right, let's take a look at this. First of all, no, it did not come with the TIG gun, which is fine because I have TIGged. I've done it in school before. This is where you can find all their stuff. Some awesome stickers again. They sent me, well, looks like a pretty nice gun. Heavy duty. The ground clamp is very nice. Not sure how long it is, I don't really care. And then we also got, open this up. Do a little stick welding if we need to. On 110 or 240, whatever they call it. Oh, this one stiff too. I'm impressed. Very nice. And then you obviously have the hose for your gas. Pretty much to switch from flux core to welding gas wire. You just reverse the, one will be positive, one will be negative. Looks like there's some consumables in here too. Your tip, some rollers for your wire, and then yeah, a couple other small doodads. Pretty nice. Now, I know there's a ton of channels out there doing this exact same thing with the Arc Captain, but I've heard nothing but good things. Everybody I've talked to absolutely love these. They're extremely affordable, lightweight, and yeah, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. I misspoke. This is the MiG 200, but I need to get some welding wire. I'm gonna get both. And yeah, hopefully next episode, we'll do a little demonstration of this beast and show you what's up. So if you'd like to win one of these awesome helmets, take a good look at it. Very comfortable headband, adjustable. It's very nice. It's on the outside right there. Tons of adjustments. Huge screen. It also comes with a protective little bag. Gotta protect your stuff. So all you gotta do is comment winner winner chicken dinner, and on the next episode I will announce who wins. Not only is it a bag, it's a backpack. Wow. So you can do whatever. Practice karate in the garage. Doesn't matter. This thing ain't coming off. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is hit this with a hammer, and you guys really don't want to watch that. And then we'll maybe get some cardboard, get our stuff figured out so we can cut some material. Then we gotta grind the chrome and then the nickel underneath it. And then we can hook the welder up and get those holes filled. All right. I know I said you guys didn't want to watch this, but hey, maybe you do. The last episode, there was some type of a critter inside my earmuffs. Now, I know it's a lot cooler out, but from this day forward, I will be checking. I have the Sissy Girl hammer. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. And if that doesn't, then I'll get this. And if this doesn't work, then I'll go get Thor. You know, that actually straightened out a lot better than I thought it was going to. There is like a small indent there, but you know what? This thing's gonna have rust and dents and whatever else all over it. What's one more? You know, I made this table maybe 6 or 7, 8 years ago, and it works great for a lot of stuff. Like if you're working on a taller vehicle, set it out in front or whatever. If you don't have one, you should get one. It may be $25 worth of pine and a few screws. It's gonna work great for what we need it for right now. Minutes of deliberation, I think that I'm actually gonna leave these holes here. Reason being is, unless I get some new headlights, these old things aren't exactly that bright. So maybe I'll get some LED fog lights for there. I need to talk to the fine folks over at Oxbeam, see if they'll send me some more stuff. Maybe they'll send me some cool headlights too. I really planned this out well. So apparently these holes that were there are absolutely perfect for those little lights that I have. So maybe I'll just add a few more in random positions. But yeah, there's no point in filling those if I can just put some lights in there. I think I like it. I'm gonna weld that shut, and this one as well. But the rest of it, you know, I just realized something else. If I put them lights up high like that, I can literally cut that dent off and cover it. Play a little hide, and hey, it was never actually there. Maybe just a hair too high, but there's no rules. You can put them wherever you want. So I'm gonna get those marked as well. Might as well cut them out. Way to be prepared, Chris. I actually don't mind them turned like that either. And then Those lights across there would be on the lower half, but I think that would look good. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys can see that. Boy, the turds are burping today. But here's your chrome, and then the nickel is like this gold color. You want to make sure you grind that off. Otherwise, you're not going to get a very good weld. So I got that cleared off on both of them. Let's weld. One more thing, I'm not going to do a plug weld or, you know, a piece that just sticks in there or whatever. There's plenty of material there. I think I'm just going to start going in circles. I'll move to that side. Come back here. You know the drill. All right, so I have had this speed glass for about at least 25 years. I used to do ornamental iron, you know, a few other things. What's up, Al, if you're watching? This thing, just the size of the screen alone. Plus, mine is there's zero adjustment for the darkness and whatever else. But this band, I tried it on, is extremely comfortable, and check this out. Flip it up. Feel like Iron Man. It's like a motorcycle helmet. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? Any of you kids out there that are just starting to learn how to weld, this one would do you good. Shoot me an email. Email's in the description, and I'd be more than happy to send this to you. There it is. All I did was weld around and around and around till the hole was filled. Pretty simple. It's a lot faster than getting a little filler piece when you can just do it like that. When you're doing this, you may need to come back and weld it again. You know, obviously I didn't go far enough out, but we'll get that cleaned up. And if a guy really wanted to look nice, he put some body filler on there or whatever else. But it's going to be good enough for what we're working with here. One more thing. When you're welding this stuff, you don't want to smell any of them gases. If you can help it, hold your breath or get a respirator or whatever. It's bad stuff. Tell you what, it sure is nice to be able to adjust this stuff. Like with my old helmet, it was just, you get what you get. If you can't see, figure it out. But yeah, the guy can actually see what he's doing now. Very nice. I'm thoroughly impressed. Great little helmet. Got our holes filled. There's a couple little holes in there. No big deal. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of filler primer right there anyway. Next thing we need to do is pull that old bumper off, because I'm going to use the bolts that we're holding it on. I'm just going to do some measuring on there. I'm going to weld them to the back side of that bumper. And then we'll set it on there, scuff her up, and throw some paint on. Like I was saying before on last week's episode, I want to raise this bumper up so it sits right there. I'm going to pull this piece off anyway, and I'll probably bend this piece out just a little bit. But that's where we're looking. Plus, it'll bring the bottom of the bumper up so we're not pushing snow when we're driving it. Those holes, yeah, instead of 4 inches from the top, it'll be, I don't know, 5.5, so we're not going up too crazy. Apparently one of my furry friends wanted to say hi. Where are you going? So anybody that didn't know, my birthday was on the 19th. I was born in 1977. You do the math. 48. Woofda. But I'd like to thank all the people that were working that night at the Libertyville, Illinois hospital. And thanks for the diagnosis that apparently at birth, they found out I was awesome. And it's hereditary. So I'd also like to thank my parents. Love you guys. I'll show a picture of them on their wedding day. Beautiful couple. Thanks. Just about got it unbolted. This side came off very nicely. This side, not so much. So I'm going to cut the bolts off. Just like that, we are bumperless. You guys remember correctly, the rear bumper is the same as that one. So the damaged portions on the other one, here, I'll just go. This one's kind of mangled. It's got them lights in there, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna cut the ends off the one in the front. And I'm also gonna suck this in so that when you're driving behind it, you'll be able to see that big, beautiful fender. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Bumper had these spacers on there. So I'm going to cut some of that out so it sucks the bumper in, obviously, a little bit tighter. Now, plans. Rather than using these, I'm going to cut about 1 foot off of this. And I'm taking a bunch of this off so I can weld directly to here. But I figured if I leave this on there, it'd give the bottom of the bumper a little bit more rigidity in case we do hit something. I don't know. Just seems a little bit easier. Yeah, would you look at that? They're a whole lot shorter. Little stubby fellas. I'm gonna bevel these a lot. Like a lot, because you don't want your bumper falling off. That could really mess up your day. They are welded on there. Very nice. I think we should do a test fit. What do you guys think? Who's ready? All right, who's ready for this reveal? Bam! Bam! Oh, Daddy Lakey. Sitting a whole lot closer in there. She looks pretty darn good. I'm impressed. Now, maybe we'll scuff it and throw some primer on it. All right, so I'm gonna scuff this whole bumper. Then we'll mask everything off and give it a spray. I'm using 150 grit with this little palm sander. And the reason I'm using 150 is because that's what I have. Oh, you're so funny, Chris. Jesus, stop talking and do some work. All right, fine. You want to make sure that there's no real shiny spots, and obviously I got it all looking dull, so I'm going to mask it off quick. I'm going to put the primer on it. It's not the finished coat. I think I am sometime down the line going to come through and maybe skim a little bit of mud on there, like this here. Just a little dent. It's not terrible, but probably going to get a little bit of Bondo on there, filler or whatever you want to call it. But let me mask this off and then we'll throw some paint at it. Masked off good enough. Most of this gets repainted anyway. The grill for sure is getting painted black, gloss black, bumper gloss black, the mirrors, bumpers, anything that isn't the main part of the body is going to be gloss black, and the rest is going to be hot rod black. So this should look pretty sweet. Now just remember when you're doing this, oh man, that's gonna be a run. Son of a gun. I should turn this nozzle. Okay, that's better. Still got time. I am going to wipe that off and then we'll try again. All right. Hopefully this one goes a little better. Like I said, you don't want first coat coverage, complete coverage. You just want to get some on there so it's got, the rest of the paint's got something else to stick to, but I can already tell this is going to be awesome. All right, first coat's on. You can tell it's thin in spots, which is completely fine. We'll let this set up for just a little bit, and then we'll hit it again. Probably gonna do, I don't know, I think 3 coats will be plenty, considering it's primer. Second coat is applied. Well, you really can't even hardly see the dent. It's almost gone. I think that's looking good. Let it dry for a little bit. We'll throw one more coat on, and then eventually we should probably cut some lights in there. But well, this is drying. What I'm gonna do is take some masking tape and mask anything that I have a weld. Anywhere there's a weld or a gap that I don't want covered with paint, I'm gonna put a piece of masking tape on there, And I'll scuff all this up, and then I'll get a coat of primer on there so it's not rusting real bad on me. And then, yeah, see what it looks like. Like I was saying before, I just put some tape where I need to weld. Because I still haven't made room in my garage, and I still need to do some welding on here. So this will be enough to protect what I got here right now. I was intending on painting the whole truck, but I think I need to give it an honest effort to see if I can kind of match that, because that old patina does look pretty sweet. So I just need to find like a primer or something that is like the red oxide like they used to be. Nowadays this stuff's kind of brown, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. All right, so everybody that's still tuning in, I have a wild idea, and I want to know what you guys think. So, what do we think about, since this gap is so large, and my dad happened to have a Lodestar 1600 at his house, what do you think about extending this cab out like maybe a foot? Not only would it make this space back here look a little bit better so that I didn't have to shorten it, thought about maybe chopping the top, bringing this window down to this level, extend a cab, chop top, Lodestar. I can't say I've ever seen one. If you guys have, email me a picture. I'd love to see it. But looking at everything there, I really think it could happen. Fairly easy. We're just looking at this. I mean, this does come down at an angle, so there may be a tiny bit to fill in, but all this is like enclosed and looks really nice. But I think that we could cut 5.5 or 6 inches out of this, drop it down. We could do the same for the doors. We could pop these windows out. I could get the glass out of there, shorten this up our 4.5, 5 inches, and get the glass cut on the top. Obviously, I'm not going to cut this because you can just roll it up as far as you need. The only other tricky part would be getting the windshield cut. But I know a guy in Fargo that could do it. The next thing, having another cab would make this incredibly easy, because when you chop the top, you're going to need a filler piece right down the middle of the, or like in the cab. But if I cut my cab up that I could get from my father, then I would retain, all of this would match. It would just be back like another foot. And I could leave the roof that I cut off, a foot longer, and then I just have one seam across. So maybe it's a wild idea. Wouldn't that be nice to see that back window sitting flush with that window? You know what I'm saying? Tell me it wouldn't look good. I really think it would. Yes, it's going to add a lot more work. So what? We got all winter. My plan is to finish this, and then once it's completed, I'm really thinking about giving it away. Tell me what you guys think. I think this black paint looks pretty good on there, though. That's going to do it for this week's episode. If you want to win this helmet, or one just like it, comment. I don't remember what I said earlier. What an idiot. Comment. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, that's about enough. Time to roll out. Bye. Don't forget, if you like what you see and you want to help the channel out, go to buy me a coffee. There'll be a link in the description. I appreciate you guys. if you like what you saw, hit the like button. You know that other thing everybody talks about. I ain't gonna say it. Okay, subscribe. Thank you. Have a great weekend. For real this time. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. What do you guys think about the next build? 10,000 original miles. Love it.